This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships.
Chris Whitton takes the flag.
Going to be enough reviews. TKM's next champion.
To win again in TKM Extreme.
The British Kart Championship for TKM, Honda and KZ2 make their long-awaited return to the classic Kimbolton circuit in Cambridgeshire, which, in 2019, is celebrating its 60th anniversary. While Zach Oates has romped away with the junior TKM class lead, the fight for P2 in the title standings couldn't be closer, and number 7 seed Louis Harvey is right in the thick of the battle with just 2 rounds to go.
We're tied on second at the moment with Harry Rose. First is quite far ahead, but still possible to get there. But I'm definitely aiming for P2, if not P1. It's very, very tight at the top. I mean, in quali, the whole pack's separated by a second. I mean, and in the heats, there's been about 10 of us pushing for the lead. I think in the finals on this circuit, I'll do all right. I like this circuit. It's one of my favourites, and it's nice and twisty, which I like. So.
The grid once again as follows: pole position the E-plate of Zach Oates, and alongside him Oliver Richardson. They have shared the heat wins, Oates winning final number 1. James Barty and Oliver Stewart are on row number 2, Morgan Kidd and Ben Watson row 3. Louis Harvey, who started the first final from pole position after a strong pair of heat races, he starts 7th with Jack Saunders alongside him. Harry Yardley-Rose and Dominic Kilminster on row 5, Jensen Davis and Spencer Lane row 6, Zach Taylor and Dominic Roberts row 7, Ben Higgins and Scott Smith row 8. 32 drivers, 15 minutes plus a lap. They come to the line, lights are out, we're off and racing. Down towards Stowe Corner we go. Oates on the inside, Richardson on the outside, and Oates hangs on for the lead. The lead is all through Stowe Corner cleanly. Some of the tail end is a little bit spread out, but that could be a good thing as they now wind their way through the willows and onto Yamitsu straight for the first time. Now into Derek's Corner, left and right as they head away to the far end of the track. They come out of Derek's Corner and they set themselves up straight away for Dan Weldon Bend, named after late Dan Weldon, who raced here as a youth and whose late member Stu Weldon was a long-time member of the committee and lap scorer here at Kimbolton. Now they come up the TKM straight towards the final corner, Kimbolton Corner. The back of the pack, somebody spins, but it's Oates, Richardson, and then the number 35 kart of Barty in 3rd position as they head down towards Stowe Corner, one of the most famous corners in British karting. Hard on the brakes, it doubles back on itself as they go through the willows. Fast flowing, right, left, right combination. Out onto the Yamitsu straight, and it is still Oates who leads. Richardson right in his wheel tracks, with Barty, Stewart, Kidd, Saunders and Louis Harvey next in line. Kyle Casabante in the number 70 kart has had a moment on the first lap. He was the one that was spinning going to Castrol Corner on the opening lap, and now we've got a couple of drivers heading very wide coming out of Castrol Corner. They miss out Kimbolton Corner totally. That was the number 73 and the number 56. The 73 of Theo Tibbets and the 56 of Josh Raystrick, both having a territorial dispute over a piece of tarmac, neither of whom come out looking particularly rosy. They've both lost an awful lot of positions, but up the front, 2, 4, 6 karts all in a line. In fact, the lead group is about 13 or 14 karts strong at the moment as they come up the TKM straight towards that 9th degree bend, Kestrel Corner, up the laser straight, that short run into Kimbolton Corner, early apex, then that corner really widens out on the exit. Richardson running in the slipstream of the race leader Zach Oates, so the Precision Racing black and orange kart of Oates, the very similarly liveried Talco of British Open champion Oliver Richardson, hot on his heels. Then the Flex Motorsport number 35 of James Barty, with Oliver Stewart, Morgan Kidd, Jack Saunders, Ben Watson, Louis Harvey, Harry Yardley-Rose next. Harvey Yardley-Rose squabbling over second in the championship. They're neck and neck on the circuit at the moment. In the early stages, lap number 4. Still 12 minutes to go as they come out of Kimbolton corner. And Oliver Richardson is pushing the race leader along, using that slipstream effect to try as much as he can to drop the drivers behind him, because at the moment that lead group, count them up yourselves, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 drivers strong, and as long as Richardson keeps pushing Oates and Oates doesn't defend, then that group of 11 will slowly start to get whittled away as one by one the drivers struggle to keep pace with the leaders. And yellow flags waving up at the Derek Cart corner. That is for 2 drivers that have tangled together. The leaders are coming towards Stowe corner once again. Through the willows, it's still Oates from Richardson. Then the red and white Birrell chassis of the Jade Racing Team's Oliver Stewart. Barty is now 4th. There's a yellow flag waving at Marshall Post 4. So they single file through Derek's. And into Dan Weldon corner we come. There's a soon-to-be lapped kart in front of the leaders. And I think, well, Ben Cox has gone out of the race. So Ben Cox, the number 82 kart, and Josh Raystrick in the number 56. They have collided. It's Raystrick in the Tim Wilson Motorsport machine, looking over his shoulder as the leaders bear down on him. Blue flags need to be shown. There they are at post 2 as Raystrick knows he's got to get out of the way, and they're going to come across the number 82 car to Ben Cox, coming through Derek's now. Still yellow flags. Oh, now the yellow flags are waving, but to be fair, the slower car was pulled over to the side of the track, not travelling at racing speed, so the leaders had no choice but to overtake him. Very tough situation for the back marker to be in there. He's getting the blue flag, so he knows he's got to get out of the way of the race leaders, so he slows down and moves offline just as the yellow flags come out. But in that little bit of confusion, Oliver Richardson has lost second place to Oliver Stewart and James Barty. Oates suddenly finds himself with a 10 kart length advantage. Harry Yardy-Rose sets a new fastest lap. Yellow flags are now in, so we're clean and green all the way around this 990 metre circuit. Jensen Davis, meanwhile, has had a spin in the number 34 Precision Racing kart. So has Harvey Cole in the Litchfield Racing machine. So we still have this 11 kart trail at the front, although Zach Oates, as you can see as they come around Kimbolton corner, is beginning to edge away. But it's Barty second, Richardson third, then it's Stewart third, Richardson fourth. Kidd is 5th now, with Saunders up into 6th in the number 32 kart. Louis Harvey 7th, then his Classen Motorsport teammate, number 9, Ben Watson in 8th, Harry Yardy-Rose in 9th, and Dominic Kilminster rounding out the top 10 ahead of Zach Taylor in 11th. Then you can breathe and have the first gap, which is back to Ben Higgins in 12th place. Spencer Lane is next, along with Scott Smith, Dominic Roberts, Harvey Roth and Kean Bennett next. But James Barty, that black, with a predominantly black nose cone in the front of that Flex Motorsport number 35 kart. It's got the Demons, Tweaks and Maxi stickers on it, but he is still about 7 or 8 kart lengths behind the race leader. And because no one's been battling, now we're beginning to see a couple of gaps developing. There's a gap between the top 5 and Louis Harvey in the number 7 kart, who runs in 6th position. He's just passed Jack Saunders as Harvey as we go through Derek's once again and towards the Dan Weldon corner. So by virtue of not battling at the front of the field, that group of 11 is, as I said, getting whittled down. We've now got 5, then a gap back to Harvey, Saunders, Yardy-Rose, Watson and the rest. That 5 led by Zach Oates, followed by James Barty, then Oliver Richardson, Oliver Stewart and Morgan Kidd. This is lap number 11, halfway through this final, 7.5 minutes remaining. Weldon corner they come up the TKM straight. Then it's a hard left into Kestrel. Up the very short, sharp laser straight. Now into Kimbolton corner. There's a move further back in the pack as one of the Tim Wilson carts, Harry Yardy-Rose, passes Jack Saunders. Oates' lead. It was about 6 or 7 cart lengths. It's now maybe 3 or 4 cart lengths. They come out of the Willows onto Yamitsu straight. The slipstream effect is really, really strong here at Kimbolton in these TKM carts. The leaders will get a good slipstream here, coming up TKM straight. But the main slipstream will be coming out of this next corner now, Kimbolton corner. The corner widens on the exit. They bear left to come past the old paddock, the old dummy grid area, onto the start-finish straight. And as you can see, Richardson passes Barty for second, and the gap shrinks to virtually nothing. Into the Derek chicane we go once again. Up towards Weldon corner, we're now on lap number 30. Will Richardson start to make his move? Tension beginning to build up behind the leaders. You can see Harry Yardy-Rose in the number 19 cart and Jack Saunders in the number 32. They're trying to break away from that next group of carts and join the leaders. The number 99, the second of the red and white Jade team entries, the Birrell cart of Zach Taylor is 8th, but there's a bit of a gap between the number 9 of Watson and the 99 of Taylor. Behind him he's got Kilminster, Harvey, Saunders and Lane. They're all beginning to fade away ever so slightly now. Out the leaders, out of Dan Weldon corner again. Lap number 14 now. And Oates runs a little bit wide coming out of Kestrel corner there. You can see him just drop a wheel off the curb and settles the cart a little bit. And now Richardson will get a good tow down the main straight. He doesn't defend going into Stoke corner, but this is as close as Oliver Richardson has been to Zach Oates in some time. Through the Willows. Barty signalling to Stewart to work together. Kidd just hanging on at the back of this lead group, watching to see if an opportunity presents itself, but he knows that he doesn't want to force the issue and get side by side with Oliver Stewart or James Barty just yet, because if he does, then the 2 leaders will pull away again, and all this hard work in staying with this league group will be for nothing. Behind them you can see Yardy-Rose and Watson inching towards the front as well. So any one of 5 at the moment for the race lead, but they're about to be joined by 2 more drivers. Louis Harvey in cart 7 leads the second main pack in 8th position, with Zach Taylor 9th, Kilminster 10th, Lane 11th, Saunders 12th, then Scott Smith, Harvey Roth, Dominic Roberts, Ben Higgins, Kean Bennett, Charlie Webb, Lewis Mackey and Theo Tibbetts rounding out the top 20. Once again, Zach Oates just almost drops a wheel off the outside curb coming out of Kestrel. Rob Richardson is as close as he's ever been. Will he duck to the inside going to Stoke corner this time? No. He stays locked right in the wheel tracks of the race leader. Almost trying to give him a little bit of bump drafting along to keep him away from the chasing pack. But Barty, Stewart and Kidd are all safely in the slipstream, and they're not going anywhere. 3 minutes to go. Oates is going to have to start thinking about defending sometime soon, because if he leaves the door open too much, then it's not going to be Richardson that goes through, it's going to be Richardson and all his friends. And Oates' hard-fought lead will soon become a disappointing 5th position. There goes Richardson to the inside, into Stoke corner. Richardson opens the door, and Barty goes through on a collision. Oh, side-by-side contact. Oates and Stewart come together. Barty went through, the door was opened. Like I said, Oates was going to get freight trained, but the door closed just as Stewart came along, and that has ripped the front right-hand corner of Oates' car right off. Stewart is trying to get going, but he's beached on the curb. Meanwhile, the leaders are coming into Kimbolton corner, and Oates is out of the race. The leaders come out of Kimbolton corner to complete another lap, and it's Richardson from Barty, Morgan Kidd third, Yardley Rose is fourth. Ben Watson is up at the fifth. They pass the disgruntled, disgusted and broken cart of Zach Oates. Oliver Stewart trying to get himself back up to speed. They've lapped the touring number 17 cart. I can't believe there's no lasting damage on that. The leaders are coming up TKM straight. And it's Oliver Richardson, the British Open champion. He came into this round only 16th in the championship. Last year's number 8 seed. And obviously the British Open champion, becoming British Open champion can really spur you on. That's a big, big event, the O Plate. It's obviously realised that Richard has realised that he can win these events, these national level events. It's given him a real boost in the last quarter of this 2019 Motorsport UK season. However, he has now lost the lead with 45 seconds to go. Barty leads and Barty defends. And Harry Yardley Rose has moved to third place in the number 19 Tim Wilson Motorsport kart. Watson has caught them as well. Kidd is fourth. Barty defends. Richard trying to go around the outside at Stowe Corner. Can he get that move done? No, he can't. In fact, Richard's going to lose second because Yardley Rose trying to stick his nose at the inside there, but Richardson holds on the outside line through the willows. That gives him the inside line for the second portion of that complex, and he's able to cling on to second place. But there's now 2, 4, 6 carts in the scrap for the lead. No, the 6th cart on your screen is the number 17 of Oliver Stewart. He is a lap down. So the red and white Birrell chassis of number 17 Oliver Stewart, he is a lap down, and I have to say he would do well just to ease back a little bit. And there's another move for the race lead. Richardson fights back, repasses Barty, and Barty gets shovel wide. So Barty back to fifth. Last lap board goes out. It's Richardson who leads. Yardley Rose around the outside. No, Richardson holds on. Watson is third. Kidd is fourth. Barty back to fifth. Through Derricks now for the final time. Stewart is a lap down. The 6th cart in your picture. Through Dan Weldon corner for the last time. It is still Oliver Richardson who has the lead. He has to defend in the Kestrel corner. Yardley Rose is going to look at the inside coming into Kimbolton. There's no room. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Oliver Richardson leads them out of the final corner. Yardley Rose side by side, but Richardson holds on to win by 11/100ths of a second over Harry Yardley Rose, with Ben Watson for Klassen Motorsports completing the podium. Morgan Kidd finishes fourth, and James Barty rounds out the top 5. Well, the top 5 separated by half a second at the end of 22 laps. Great racing in junior TKM here at Kimbolton. The rest of the top 20 were as follows. Louis Harvey finishes 6th, Scott Smith 7th, Jack Saunders in 8th, Harvey Roth 9th, Dominic Kilman's 10th, Spencer Lane 11th, Zach Taylor 12th, Ben Higgins 13th, Dominic Roberts 14th, Kean Bennett 15th, with Charlie Webb, Lewis Mackey, Matt Marsh, Joe Harrison and Jacob Hodgkiss rounding out the top 20. Sadly, champion-elect Zach Oates failed to finish, down in 30th place, and Oliver Stewart was only 27th after his collision with Oates. But that was a very entertaining junior TKM final here at Kimbolton.